Friday morning, Flannel Friday, Fly Friday, Friday Fly Day, on the official DJI Facebook group, official DJI Drone Owners Group, I think is what it's called. Today is also a day that they've deemed as the day to post your link to share your social media content and links on YouTube or Instagram. So if you're on there, if you're not, or if you have a DJI drone and not in that Facebook group for official DJI Drone Owners Group, I believe that's what it's called. If you're interested, I could send you a link for it via email, because I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it's in all capital letters. If you have a DJI drone, share your link over there to promote your channel, promote the videos that you make regarding DJI drone related gear and equipment. But I'm headed into work right now, late morning. My alarm is set normally for 7 o'clock, and Maggie usually wakes me up, but she might be just feeling the effects of the medicine, you know, and from her crazy day the other day. So she actually let me sleep in until like 8:30, because I think I hit snooze on the alarm clock on my phone, and thinking that I just hit what's it called, the delay button or snooze. Yeah, I hit snooze, but I must have hit off because I didn't hear anything else after that, after 7. I finally woke up at 8:30, and I thought, oh man, I am running behind. So, but that just means that I'll still get my 8 hours in at work, of course, and that's, I guess, the nice thing about the position and the company that I work for, the flexibility that I offer to my team. You know, not so much for the folks that are on hourly and that have a specific schedule to follow, and that's understandable, of course. I mean, when I do have instructor duty, you know, I ensure that I am on there when I am instructed to be there by the chief flight instructor, who sets that schedule. And sometimes I'll put the flight suit on to be a flight instructor to do that task. Or when I'm, you know, teaching STEM, of course, you know, I've got to be there at that time to be ready to present. In fact, it's funny, the other day, or last week, I was teaching the STEM for the SeaTac Source kids, if you recall, for those of you that were on that DriveStream into work that day. And on my calendar, it said that I should be there, that it starts at 3:30, and I was on my way in, and as soon as I walked in, I walked right into the room and like I had planned to be there, taking off my gear and my jacket, because it was cold last Thursday. But it's crazy. It's 72 degrees outside right now. Is springtime come early? It's supposed to shower this afternoon and then over the weekend. So, what are the plans for the weekend? Well, between games of Fortnite, and I do need to regulate how I play my video game, I do want to get back to making an editing video, because I found and discovered that when I went to edit that one video for YouTube regarding the remote controller, I kind of forgot the skills. Not necessarily, you know, fully forgotten, but I kind of forgotten the skills. And let's see here, who's joined us this morning. I got a glare. And it's part of it is because I've got this, what do you call it? My shirt, I can't read the white letters on my white shirt. So note to self, if I'm drive streaming, this is a bad shirt to wear. Let's see, let's try this. Marie Planter Vlogs, good morning, and thank you for joining me this morning. Yes, yeah, funny. Because the chat text is white, I can't see it. It's camouflaged on this shirt. So maybe what I want to do, if I'm drive streaming, I wear this like this, so that I can actually see the text. Yeah, no. But interesting lessons learned. You know, the question is applying now those lessons learned to when I actually do stuff, right? But I know it's late. I know a lot of people are either, you know, a lot of my subscribers are either off to sleep already, because it is, what, 10, 11 o'clock in the evening already where you are, you know, in the Philippines. And in America, you're probably at work already, so you can't watch this at this time. But I appreciate you hanging out and listening to me talk a little bit about what I've got planned for today and the weekend. So today, yeah, just normal admin day. I will try to fly the drone around lunchtime today as well and get some footage of I Fly Virginia Beach and the oceanfront once again. Part of that is B-roll footage for our sales and marketing team, so they can put posts out for the company and such. And Don, good morning. All right, so you were on yesterday, and I wasn't able to because I was on Prism Live, and I don't know how to do the blue wrenches or jackets via Prism Live. But now that I'm doing this via the YouTube Live, it's easier to give you your wrench, bro. So thanks for hanging out, man. Yeah. So yeah, I've got a couple projects. I got a lot of projects, and they keep stacking up on each other because they're ideas of what kinds of videos, what video I want to make next. For example, I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? East Coast Thrills made a comment regarding how I'm able to live stream my drone footage. And when I was figuring it all out, I thought to myself, I want to make a video on how to do that. But once I got into doing it, I kind of forgot about it. And what I need to do is I usually write down my stories, the videos, the ideas of what I want to make so that I can get back to it later on. And there's a whole list of, man, I got to make a video about that. I got to make a video about this. I mean, shoot, when I had an issue flying the other day, I think you were one of the contributors to that conversation as well, Don, regarding the FAA, flying my drone in the restricted zone, yeah? And so, good morning, David. How are you today? How is your dog? Oh, thank you for asking. Maggie is doing fine. I'm pretty sure that we were able to get, that she was able to puke all of that, the rat poison out that she potentially ate. We're just taking precautions to ensure that if she did ingest anything, that the treatment, that the prescription that she's on, neutralizes that rat poison, if anything actually absorbed into her system. But I mean, she got, she let me run. What do you call it? She let me sleep in this morning. Maybe she needed some rest as well still, but she's doing great. Thank you so much for asking. Let's see. So Maggie ate some rat, potentially, and I say potentially because we're not sure that she ate rat poison, but she was at the warehouse the other day, and she went under a desk and came out from under the desk licking her lips, because she was, she might have eaten something. Now, did she eat, a cheese puff that had fallen on the floor, or did she actually eat rat poison, And so my wife asked her, hey, you asked the dog, right? What did you eat? Just out of, what'd you eat? Because she's licking her face. And her coworker said, oh, I put rat poison down there. And she's like, are you kidding me? And so we took her to the vet. I induced vomiting using a mixture of peanut butter and hydrogen peroxide, and she puked a lot. And this was at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 5:30, when I got her puking. And she puked everything out since lunch, which means, to me, I mean, like first in, first out. So when she puked out whatever was she ingested last. And then she just kept on puking because hydrogen peroxide in your stomach makes you puke. And so I'm confident that we were able to get, that she was able to expel all the poison from her system. So it's not an issue. But she's doing okay. Thank you so much for asking. I appreciate that. Happy Ibanez, thank you so much for joining. Yeah, very hard to see the chat while I'm driving and with this white shirt, because like I said, it's on this white background. And the idea is to take this black dowel and just do like this so I can actually read the chat. But lessons learned, right? Lessons learned, and it's like I said, it is, and the chat's going on. So yes, you got a pink hand, I got a brown hand. But yeah, headed into work. It is beautiful outside. It is so warm. I'm gonna take advantage of it, and I'm gonna get the drone in the air later on this afternoon. I think it's supposed to rain according to the forecast, and you know how forecast is. You never know, right? It's always different. It's never what they tell you what it's supposed to be. The only forecast you can tell is the forecast that is delivered to you via the weather rock. In fact, if you don't have a weather rock at home, maybe you should make one. and set it up so that it can tell you what the climate is outside. And if you don't know what a weather rock is and how you can make it yourself, maybe that's another video I need to make. In fact, I think I've got to respond to an email. A company recently reached out to me to do a test of a home weather station, which is pretty cool from two perspectives. They're letting me test out this weather station for free, and I mean, if they want it back after the end of the testing period, then that's fine too. But happy to take a look at this weather station that they're going to send to me. But that reminds me, I do need to send that back. I do need to send them an email to let them know that I'm happy to test out their weather station. And it's it's something you plug into the wall. There's a transmitter that goes to the outside, and it transmits temperature, humidity, pressure probably back to the home unit, and then it displays the data that it needs to display on there. Let's see, Lourdes Andrade, good morning, and thank you very much. Thank you so much for joining this morning. Appreciate you. Yes. But yeah, headed into work. I'm going to do some admin, get some work done, get some things taken care of, in preparation, of course, for the following week. My job is laden with administrative work, which I don't mind. I mean, I'm actually really good at it because when it comes to stuff, the numbers and budgets and projections and insurance and stuff like that, I'm pretty well versed in that, and can pick up a Excel spreadsheet and go through it in fine detail and figure out issues and what's wrong with stuff. In fact, my wife couldn't figure something out on an Excel spreadsheet she was working on one time, and she's like, I can't figure out how when you summation it, it should add up to this number. And then I said, all right, well, let me look at what's going on here inside of it. And I thought, little Llama Laura, thanks for joining also. And so I looked at it, I was like, yeah, we did the calculator. So, and there is like, a couple hundred lines of, I guess, values. And why it wasn't adding up to what it should actually be was odd to me. And I thought, what they're probably doing? You guys have seen that movie, Superman 3? Remember how they talk about the way they, was it Richard Pryor? The way he stole the money was the use of the thousandths, tenths, hundredths, thousandths place, right? Well, that's what this one company was doing also. They were actually doing something in regards to not, or adding in, like, instead of 0.59, right, they were doing like 0.599, so adding another digit to the tenths place. And all of that, of course, added up at the end, which is why it was causing an incorrect value when you summationed it. When you summarized it, summationed it, when you did the summation function. And so, but, and I mean, it's figuring out, and you set checks up inside the Excel spreadsheet to ensure that the values come out as appropriate. But yeah, I know I'm nerding out about that right now, right? Guess they were using a computed value instead of actual. Yes, exactly, Don. Computed value, like when you take a fraction, okay, 1/16 or 1/3, right? Well, if you round it up to just 0.33 and put that in versus 0.1/3 in the value, that fraction will add up more at the end. You add it all up at the end of the day. So yes, you're exactly right. And that's the verbiage right there: computed value versus actual value. So perfect. Yeah. I never thought to think of it that way. But that summarized exactly what was added: computed value versus actual value. So thank you for that verbiage, bro. Once again, learn something new. Lifelong learning. In fact, that's one of the tenets of a book that my boss had written called Elevate Your Leadership. If you're interested in taking a look at that, it's actually pretty good. It is sold on Amazon. I actually posted a link to it on my website, jasonlavarius.com. And all right, here. Yeah, on my website, jasonlavarius.com. Good morning. and you click on the link for I Fly Virginia Beach up there. I think it's like on the top bar. On that, once it takes you to that page, you scroll down to the bottom. There's a picture of me and my boss holding the book that he wrote. You know, and it's pretty. I like to promote it. I think the values inside of there, the lessons and the skills from that, to elevate one's leadership, are pretty valuable. You know, I mean, just the basics of what they're all about. I tell them all the time, hey, this is what we need to do, that, and this and that. You know, and I would like to say that, you know, I was a major contributor to this book. You know, and I'm happy that it's doing very well and such. But yeah, take a look at that. Happy, thank you so much for joining for a little bit. Some other girl from New York City, I appreciate you hanging out as well. Let's see, man, I can't see, right? the chat. I used to be an Excel fiend too. You know, once you got it done, it doesn't go away, right? It never goes away. But Happy, thank you so much for joining. I'll try to get onto your live stream as later on as well. In fact, for those of you that are aware, Miss Happy Ibanez, she has a fun live stream in the evenings. Take a look. In fact, if you guys want, go ahead and post your links on the chat. I am gonna shut this down now so I can get upstairs and start my admin day with the goal of getting as much admin done as possible so I can actually fly my drone during lunch. And maybe I'll see you then during a lunchtime drone stream where I'll live stream the drone footage. I love how people just blast through the stop sign, you know, in this parking garage. I mean, it's not a stop sign, but it's a stop line, stop line, you know. But thank you so much for joining Murray Planter Vlogs. I appreciate you as well. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you guys later on. Have a great day, YouTube. Bye.